Hey guys, in this video we're going to make this homemade tiramisu and I will show you how to make it entirely from scratch, including the lady fingers. It's easier than you think and it's perfect if you're craving tiramisu and you don't have store-bought lady fingers. As usual, you can find the full written recipe on lilacdiaries.com. So first we're going to make lady fingers. This recipe makes around 24 pieces. It's simple to make and we don't need much ingredients. Also, they're mainly kitchen staples, so you probably have them already. We need to separate the egg whites from the egg yolks and put them in separate bowls. Then we'll start with the egg whites. Beat it with an electric mixer until it's foamy like soapy water, then we'll slowly add the sugar. I prefer using caster sugar because it dissolves faster, but you can use granulated sugar instead if you don't have it. We're going to keep mixing until it reaches medium peaks. It should look like this. It's glossy and it should be able to hold its own shape, but it will drip a little bit at the tip, and that's totally normal. And if you're wondering why we're not mixing it to stiff peaks, it's because medium peaks will give us an airy batter, but it will still be flexible enough to pipe without deflating the air bubbles. If we go all the way to stiff peaks, the batter becomes a bit harder to fold and can deflate more easily when we mix it with the other ingredients. Add in the egg yolks one at a time and mix it on low speed just until it's well combined, but make sure that you don't overmix it, otherwise you might end up deflating the batter as well. Sift in the cake flour and fold it gently into the batter like this using a spatula. We're folding it just until we don't see any clumps of flour, and just a reminder, don't stir because we don't want to break or burst the air bubbles we just whipped earlier. By the way, I'm using cake flour here, but if you don't have cake flour, don't worry, you can actually make this easily by mixing together 90 grams of plain flour and 15 grams of cornstarch. Sift this twice to combine it really well, and there you go, you've got cake flour. We're going to transfer this batter to a piping bag, and you don't need to put an icing tip because we just need a round hole, but if you want to, you can just put a round one. To fill your piping bag, it's much easier to use a tall glass to stop the batter from going all over your hands and the piping bag as well. We don't want that to get too sticky, it's kinda annoying to work with. Before piping our lady fingers, we will just quickly prepare the baking pan. Smudge a little bit of the batter around the pan, and this will just help the baking paper from sliding when we stop piping. You can start piping lady fingers like this, so pipe it in a straight line, and when it's long enough, just gently lift the bag to let the batter fall and break off. The size of lady fingers is usually around 8 to 10 centimeters long and the width is about 3 centimeters. The first one will always be the ugliest, but you will get the hang of it after piping a bit more. Dust it with powdered sugar, and if you're wondering why we're doing this, it's actually not just to make it look pretty, but the sugar helps to make the top of the lady fingers a bit more crispy and crackly. This is the side-by-side comparison, so for this one I dusted it with icing sugar before baking it, and the other one doesn't have icing sugar, I forgot to add it. It's not the end of the world, they can turn out a bit plain though, and the top will just be a bit more soft. For traditional tiramisu, the ladyfingers are usually dipped in a mixture of espresso, coffee, and some kind of alcohol like marsala wine, brandy, or Kahlua. But to simplify this at home, what we can do is to just combine some instant coffee, sugar, and hot water, mix it all together until the coffee and sugar dissolves. To make the mascarpone cream, we're starting by making cooked custard for this recipe. I know for traditional tiramisu cream, they usually use raw egg yolks, but I currently live in New Zealand and majority of our eggs here, they aren't pasteurized, and I was thinking if I mix in raw eggs, I would probably be MIA for a long time. So just to be safe, we're gently cooking the yolks for this recipe. In a bowl, whisk your egg yolks, sugar and water. Place over a simmering pot. So this is the double boiler method and it will just gently cook our eggs. Whisk it constantly for 5 to 7 minutes until it's thick and pale. You can use a thermometer to check and make sure that it reaches 70 degrees Celsius. This temperature is hot enough to kill any bacteria like salmonella, but it will still keep it smooth and creamy. Once the custard's done, I just like to sieve it to remove any big chunks of egg yolks, if there's any, and we'll leave it to cool for a bit. While waiting, we'll whip some heavy cream to soft peaks. So just a side note here, before I used to think that heavy cream and whipping cream are the same, and I just use them interchangeably, but there is a slight difference between them because for heavy cream, it actually has a much higher fat content, so it's about 36% or more. And for heavy cream, the fat content is lower, around 30 to 35%, so it's much lighter and doesn't hold its shape as much as heavy cream. So for tiramisu, I think it's better to use heavy cream if you can because it will help your mascarpone cream hold its shape longer. You can tell that the cream has reached soft peaks when it makes soft ripples when you're mixing it. And when you lift the whisk, the cream will barely hold its shape. Once it looks like this is good to go. In a big bowl, soften your mascarpone cheese with a spatula and gradually add the custard that we prepared earlier. Gently fold the cream until it's fully combined and make sure not to overmix it, otherwise it might turn a bit grainy. The cream should be light and creamy. Now it's time to assemble our tiramisu. So we need the coffee that we prepared earlier and it should be cold by now, which is perfect for us. We also need our lady fingers and our mascarpone cream. I'm using this 22cm square baking dish for this recipe, but if you don't have this, I've tried making it on a 20cm round pan, and that can be an option if you don't have a square pan. So to assemble our tiramisu, quickly dip your lady fingers in the coffee syrup, but don't soak too long or they'll start falling apart and it will be too soggy. Lay them next to each other like this. If your lady fingers are too long, you can just cut them to make them all fit. Pipe mascarpone cream on top, but if you want to, you can just spread the cream on top with a spatula. I just find that the layer is more even when I pipe it, but yes, you can do whatever is easier for you. Once that's done, we'll just repeat the lady finger layer again and another layer of cream. To smooth the top, I'm using a scraper here, or you can also use an offset spatula. Just make it as flat and even as you can. Cover the pan with Glad wrap and chill the tiramisu for at least 4 hours, or even better, if you can wait, then leave it overnight. This gives the flavors time to melt and it will also make it easier to slice because the layers will be more intact by then. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Lilac Diaries for more updates. See you in the next video. Bye!